Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel and the Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube channel. This is the Wrestling Challenge Review Series for the 12th of February, 1995. Aldo Montoya, Ray Hudson up here. And, we're about 2 months away from WrestleMania. Not a bad place to be, but Aldo Montoya, a.k.a., goes on to be just incredible. Certainly a good enough guy. Ray Hudson, kind of an enhancement talent we've seen a couple times before. Nothing necessarily worth writing home about there. The hip tosses and the drop kick. Beautiful athleticism from Aldo Montoya. Montoya, though, never really given much credence because of the crazy gimmick and kind of goofy gimmick he's given. Punches in the corner that look pretty weak from Montoya. Montoya, gotta remember, less than a couple of months ago was an enhancement talent completely and not exactly given the best of situations. Big bulldog there by Montoya. Montoya gets the second rope bulldog and the victory. Tamara Murphy up next, and she's in the event center, aka that's Sunny. Kind of going forward, the Smoking Guns talking about defending the tag team championships that they're eventually, that they have won here. Then we kind of go, they're talking about facing any team they possibly can. Not really that many tremendous teams for them to face off against here. We move to next in series, which is the Blue Brothers against Bill Weaver and Sean Dakota. Super basic enhancement match here. Jacob and Eli Blue basically doing the, I guess you'd say, redneck hillbilly, big tough fighter type character. Front forward slams by the Blues, and ultimately they are in pretty basic control, as it were. Super simple stuff, nothing necessarily worth writing home about terribly much, but the Blues are pretty simple, as it were, and they manage to get a little bit of a hard charge from their opponents. Basic, simple match, punches, kicks, elbow drops, and the Blues do use more power than the average team here. We see the continuation of the power and the big boot in the face from the Blues, and ultimately Uncle Zebekiah is who ends up being Dutch Mantel, or Dutch Mantel ends up being Uncle Zebekiah more accurately. That's kind of there. The Blues get a victory. Uncle Zebekiah, of course, kind of their mouthpiece as kind of their leader. Bam Bam Bigelow cuts an interview after the embarrassment between him and Lawrence Taylor. And of course, Bigelow's still a member of the $1 Million Corporation, at least till he leaves after losing the match here. But Bigelow basically says that Taylor has embarrassed him and he wants to get his hands on him. Lex Luger and the Brooklyn Brawler. Luger still kind of lacking in terms of what to do next with his career. Has not started fully teaming up with Davey Boy Smith, although they had done a couple of house show runs, as we've talked about in previous episodes of this before. Arm bars, arm holds, and basic things there. We then go to a power slam and a torture rack for Lex Luger. Luger gets a quick victory over the Brooklyn Brawler. Did not realize the Brawler was still doing as much TV work as he was in 1995. Of course, he does give The Rock his first match in 1996. King Kong Bundy out with the $1 Million Man. Bundy still going to face off with The Undertaker at WrestleMania, so they kind of have to have him ready there. Also, Kama is getting ready for The Undertaker at the time. John Crenshaw is the opponent for Bundy. Bundy, of course, in 1995, doing some very basic punch kick work. Big splash, still doing the 5-count gimmick every once in a while, although not as much as when he first came in to the company late 94, early 95. Bundy, of course, doing the majority of his good work in both Mid-South and the world-class territory, which, if you haven't already checked out, our World Class series is pretty cool. Last week, there is a review from last week's Heartbreak Hotel. Um, Basically, Shawn Michaels trying to get under the skin of Diesel, especially after attacking him at the Royal Rumble. That continues to be a pretty major feud going forward, and they are intertwined either as friends or foes for a long time. Cardboard cutout of Diesel from Superstars is the main focus there. Men on a Mission versus Butch Long and Adam Kron. Uh, Mabel and Mo, still baby faces here, have not turned yet. Oscar still with them. Butch Long and Adam Kron are the opponents for the team. Fans still up on their feet with the There It Is thing, which was still hot in early 1995. Punches kicked, big splash by Mabel. Mabel, obviously, the more featured of the two. Of course, he's going to be your 95 King of the Ring, and it will have turned heel within the next couple of weeks here. Don't know if our Wrestling Challenge run will run through that. I think it actually does, although I think our last regular run here is the right towards WrestleMania. Anyway, a hard shot in the series thereof. Mabel hits a running clothesline and a leaping enziguri. Big moves for a big man. Obviously, Mabel getting a victory here. We go to Mantar, who I didn't even realize had multiple matches in the organization on television. That is, Ben Jordan is his opponent. Mantar, half man, half bull. They have removed the head from Mantar because that didn't work out very well. And ultimately, Mantar does have Jim Cornette at ringside, so they were still trying with the gimmick. Mantar using power, kind of a running spine buster, and a big splash, and a victory in less than 3 minutes for Mantar. Nothing to write home about, and I don't imagine that he ever had. I don't remember ever seeing him as a kid in a house show match, so I don't imagine he ever had that many right home matches. Man Mountain Rock playing his guitar, otherwise known as Max Payne from WCW fame, playing his guitar before a match with Reno Riggins to close us out for the week. You know, he still does the armbar, the painkiller thing, does about 2 minutes worth of enhancement work here, sending Riggins into the buckle, couple of punches, couple of kicks, babyface in tie-dye. Could have worked, but the Man Mountain Rock thing just doesn't really come together. He hits a pump handle slam of his own and plays guitar post-match. Don't know if he ever really played guitar well, but it's there. We'll be back with more right after this.